What is up, YouTube? Johnny B here again today, and we are finally done. It took us roughly about a little less than 2 weeks. We started on a Thursday, and then by next Thursday after that, we almost had everything done. Just had to do a little bit of tweaks here and there, just to finish like topping it off. But we're at the point where we can say we're done. There's still little more things that I need to do to it, but this is basically the final product. The building itself is 15 feet high. It is 12.5 feet wide by 16 feet long. So the reason I went with something small is that I don't want to take up the whole space back here, but I made it so tall so that when I have the lift inside, I can lift the car up top and then have a car underneath it, therefore making it a 2-car garage. For the door, we could have gone with something fancy. Could have gone with a garage door or with a roll-up door, but I'm building this on a budget, so I just did something simple and something that works. And I just went ahead and did 2 barn doors. So I wanted the opening to be a 10 foot by 10 foot wide. Everything can just drive in. There's gonna be no issues. I can just go ahead and unlock it here and just swing the door open and it gets stuck. So it's really simple. It's not gonna be breaking on me. I've built garage doors before and sometimes they have a lot of issues. I just didn't want to deal with that. Plus, since I was building it on a budget, this was the cheapest and easiest thing to do, just because you just build it straight out of 2x4s and then just put a cover on it and it matches the building. So I just used 3 hinges. You can see over there, 1, 2, 3. So 1 top, middle, and bottom. That's all it needed. And then here I have a locking mechanism just to hold the door in place. So as you can see now, both doors are completely open. The one on to my right actually gets stuck with the leveling of the concrete, so that's perfect. And then the one on my left, I use that same locking mechanism and I just drilled a hole into the concrete just to hold it in place. That way the doors aren't opening and closing on me. Here's the lift. You guys remember when I went to go pick it up? It was quite a while ago. I've had it just stored until this day that I actually had a garage, because I wanted to have it inside. I don't want the rain, I don't want any of the weather messing with it, and also I don't want it to be fading, so I wanted it to be inside. I actually did this in 1 day, mostly by myself. I can't really say by myself because I had someone help me lift the towers up, and then after that I was just able to go ahead and build it all myself. Relatively easy. Instructions were a piece of cake, and it's just an awesome engineered design that they did for this lift. So let me show you guys the lift a little bit, because now you guys saw it packaged. Now you get to see it all put together. Also, since we have a new shop, a new garage, I also decided to order some new tools. And to have a place to put those new tools, I went ahead and got a tool chest. This is a really simple one, mainly because I just didn't want anything too over the top, and I wanted a nice little workbench. And this is gonna be enough to hold, you know, most of the tools that I have. And if I have a lot of bigger tools, or since I do have all kinds of different tools, since I do anywhere from bodywork, paint, basically do everything with cars, I have to have all kinds of tools. So this is what I was talking about earlier, that we have the perforated panel, just that way we can put hangers and just hang all the tools. And not only one, we put one on each wall, just so we have multiple areas to place that all. So hopefully that when I'm working on a car and I need a tool and I can't find it, you know, it's gonna be there on the wall, or I'm gonna have it here inside the tool chest, You guys know that I've been struggling with finding my tools just because of the fact that we moved, everything's in storage. So I've been taking it all out. I still have to set up the whole inside. It's not really done, but I wanted to show you guys, you know, the progress. It's basically the final product. I just had to go ahead and cover up all of the walls, since the last thing we did was put insulation on all of the walls and the roof, just so we can have a little bit more cool in here. Another thing that we did is that I used the same steel sheeting that we used for the building on the roof of this, so that way when the sun hits it, it just reflects straight off it and bounces back, basically effectively keeping the sun out, keeping it fresher in here. I just got to figure out what type of cooling system I'm going to run in here, but for the most part, you know, I just wanted something small, something simple, just something where I can have all my tools and work comfortably. So I don't do a lot of mechanic work, since most of the cars that we're getting are new that I work here at the shop. I just have to do a lot of paint and body work. But for the videos, for the sake of modifying my cars, wanted something like this, so that if I didn't have time to finish it, I could just leave it here at the shop and close it up and it'd be safe. So the reason I say we can fit 2 cars in here, because obviously we have the lift, but the inside roof area is actually 13 feet all the way to the bottom of the truss. So it gives us plenty of room. So another thing that we added was a door, just so it's a little bit easier to access or to get out of the garage on the back side, which would be where the front area of the car is at. So let me show you guys this. Just exit out. We just exit out here. As you guys can see, my tools are a mess right now because we just literally got them out of storage, piled them up, and we're barely in the process of trying to clean everything, sort it all out, figure out where we want to put it. So this is probably one of the most difficult parts to do, but we got to do it. Another thing that I wanted to add is that we do not have electricity currently over here, so the lift is inoperable. I am waiting on my electrician to come down here. He's gonna set up a box outside just so we can have power inside the building, and until then I'm not gonna be able to use the lift, unfortunately. But as soon as I can use the lift, that's when the videos are gonna start rolling out, because most of the things that I have to do to my car, to my FRS, to my IS300 are much easier to do on the lift, and they're big projects that I might not have time to finish in one weekend, because most of the time when I'll make a video, I'll come out here on a Saturday or a Sunday, and if I can't finish it, I'd prefer to just leave the car here, come back the next day, finish it up. So as soon as we have the lift working, I'm gonna be able to build videos again. So me installing parts onto the FRS or the IS300. So we have a couple things planned, so make sure you stay tuned. There's a bunch of mods coming for the FRS. Might do another mod to the IS300, not sure. Weld the diff on my IS300, or should I just swap it out and throw an LSD diff in there? So make sure you leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys prefer, or if you would just like to see me weld the diff first, drive it around with a welded diff, because I've never really felt a welded diff before, so that'd be an interesting new thing to do, or to just go straight to the LSD. But as always, you guys have a great day.